Hello, and welcome to Workplace Culture Store. This is 8 ingredients for effective virtual engagement. Gone are the days of lunchroom get-togethers and cards over coffee. Employee engagement is an inexact science at the best of times, and COVID-19 has added little to that subject in the way of clarity, except to confirm the undeniable. Workplaces need to make it a priority, even if it's done remotely. 3 things make it difficult for an employee to engage at work and impossible to fully engage. Even if workers show up with all the willingness and enthusiasm they can muster, if they walk in the door and encounter these 3 things, engaging will be practically impossible. 1, isolation, the sense that they are alone in their work. This comes from a lack of supportive connections with coworkers and a lack of attention from supervisors. Attention comes in the form of feedback, inquiry, recognition, gratitude, and listening, all the constructive ways that supervisors interact with their people. 2, meaninglessness, the sense that his or her work doesn't mean much to the organization or the world in general. For whatever reason, an employee gets the feeling that their daily tasks don't produce results. It could be that they are contributing ideas and suggestions that never seem to get implemented or even acknowledged. It could be that they don't hear testimonials from end users or the clients, so they never really get a sense that they're making a difference. And 3, pain punishment, the very human habit of believing that a person must be pained or punished into productivity. Supervisors and many times the employees themselves use fear, intimidation, anger, shame, or any other shitty feeling to drive their motivation to work, reminding them that they're replaceable or forever treading on thin ice, that their only redemption comes from killing themselves through exhausting work. All of this produces that barrier to engagement. I'm going to provide 8 key ingredients for a good virtual engagement experience. And these ingredients are present in all of our virtual engagement experiences at Workplace Culture Store. And this video is going to tell you why and some of the benefits that you derive from having that as part of your virtual engagement strategy. A virtual engagement experience at Workplace Culture Store is defined as an online get-together designed not necessarily to get tasks done, but to engage and connect meaningfully as a team, independent of all the stuff that's got to get done. A good V, which I call a virtual engagement experience, successfully counteracts those 3 barriers we just talked about and makes it so that when we get back to work, we know we have support, encouragement, a team behind us. We know that we're not alone. We know that our work means something and that we can rely on our team while getting all that stuff done. The first ingredient is togetherness. Togetherness is the first one because it's the best antidote to the first barrier, which is isolation. People do their best work when they feel supported. And when they don't feel supported, employees attempt way too many tasks alone. They're less likely to ask for help or training when they need it. Employees often don't know that they're isolated. They follow instructions and adapt to the culture of the workplace. If the culture values individual achievement over the collaboration of a cohesive team, they sense that. By working independently, they believe that they're meeting expectation in that organization. They don't think about the fact that it's making engagement harder and it's making them less productive. When your team needs more togetherness, these are the things that you will observe. When you ask them if they need help, the first answer is always no. This is an excellent example. That's because in their brain, they are automatically assuming that there's no one willing or available to help. People are obsessed with making sure they get credit for the work. That's a good sign of isolation. They're possessive with their ideas, especially because they're isolated, and getting credit for an idea is the only time they get noticed. When someone completes a job solo, they tend to remind the group or their supervisor of it numerous times. And they say things like, I did that all by myself. And they will repeat that over and over. They know that doing something alone independently gets recognition. Managers tend to assign tasks to individuals instead of teams because that's how they think. It's the culture of the workplace. Employees constantly push off deadlines, demand training, or that you hire more people. This is workplace speak for I feel alone. All of which a sense of togetherness can remedy. Fun. This is the one that really gets underestimated in its importance. Fun is how human beings relieve stress and process painful life experiences. Having fun together is also the best way to help people feel connected, also known as not isolated. For the working human, having fun is one of the most important self-care activities. Fun and laughter relieve stress, lower blood pressure, and they help people maintain positive and hopeful feelings. Fun and play help us mentally process the difficult things in life, like loss, crises, and conflict. Playing at the things we authentically enjoy gives us a sense of purpose and fights anxiety and depression. Fun and play are also a critical element of healthy relationships. Think about it. When you meet someone new, what is the first thing you want to know about them? How they have fun, of course. Fun is where we find common ground and activities we enjoy together, which strengthens friendships and communities. When your employees need more fun, you'll observe the only time you have social events is for client appreciation, and the team has to put their client faces on. That's not fun. Not the kind that really produces better engagement. Your team shows signs of severe stress, absenteeism, frequent illness, lethargy, constant complaining, attrition, emotional outbursts, bickering, sarcasm. All this stuff is a good indicator that they need a little bit more fun in their lives. The work your people do must be approached with seriousness. That's the kind of job where fun is a necessity. That could be coping with accidents, people in emergency services, death, illness, safety, funerals, anything that really kind of doesn't go with things that are traditionally thought of as fun. Those employees will have extra steam to burn off, and fun is even more important. Here's another thing that happens when your people need more fun. They sometimes act up and get silly during meetings. They are obviously craving the chance to relax and laugh a little together. Good indicator. 3, affirmation. Workplace isolation comes with an inevitable loss of confidence. Every working adult experiences failure and disappointment, which becomes more painful when they have to face it alone. The most productive employee is one who feels accepted by the organization, its leaders, the rest of the team, recognized for contributions. Employees who know their hard work will be acknowledged rarely run out of steam before it's done. Secure in their role, protected, supported by their supervisor and teammates, respected for their expertise, their unique talents. That means they are asked what they think, and when they answer, people listen and often follow through on that advice. And valued as a contributing team member. No one is given more respect than others because they more directly impact revenues. Everyone plays their part and is valued for it. When your employees need more affirmation, you will observe. When you ask them to take on new projects, they make excuses. They're afraid of failing, basically. They see failure as the same as incompetence, and how management reacts to that does little to change their view. They also talk a lot about their failures and the failures of others. It kind of preoccupies their thoughts. In every new project, they tend to see only what could go wrong because they're kind of obsessed with failure. They never celebrate wins, even big ones. Everything is tainted by the specter of failure. And success is defined very narrowly and based on quantitative results only. That is a situation that needs affirmation to be engaging. Purpose, number 4. The working human is only motivated by salary, rewards, or fear of unemployment to a point. Doing meaningful work has to take them the rest of the way. Meaningful is different for every employee. Some people think things that give them further opportunities, add to their portfolio, so to speak, even if the work isn't used in any public way, is still meaningful. Some people need to know that they're doing good in the world. They need to have their stuff out there. Some need to see that their work is contributing to the smooth operation of the organization, serving clients or end users. Some need a combination of those things. When your employees need more purpose, you'll observe recognition and praise are not the norm. People get limited feedback on their work. That's definitely a place where more purpose is needed. The work your employees do is technical, archival, in the background, comes with very little experiential evidence that it's doing good in the world. You don't have any community outreach. That is a big part of creating a sense of purpose in working for an organization. Employees love to put on a colorful shirt, get out of the office once in a while, volunteer at a homeless shelter or a hospital fundraiser picnic. It breaks up the routine and it feels deeply meaningful. Collaboration. Collaboration is togetherness put to work. One person's skills complement another's. Some of us see risk more easily. Some of us see opportunity. Some of us are good at herding the cats to an agenda and a common purpose. Some of us are good at breaking the tension with a bit of humor. Collaboration is a group skill, which means it requires people to listen to each other, adapt to each other, respond to each other. A member's role is best fulfilled in the context of what the group is trying to achieve together, and that requires practice. Your team can learn collaboration by working together on things that actually aren't 100% work. And in fact, that's very important. This is more effective in the sense that in a more playful exercise, people can take greater risks. They can speak up, participate more because the stakes aren't so high. This gives them practice and boosts their confidence. It also oils the gears of collaborative relationships. People start to understand each other's dialects and body language, and they can adapt. When your employees need more collaboration, you'll observe, even when managers encourage them to work together, teams divvy up the tasks and complete them in isolation. Your employees work together sometimes, but the process is improvisational and often clunky. You have employees afraid to speak up during collaborative exercises. They need an experience in which the stakes aren't so high, and they can practice speaking out where the risks are so high. And they can practice those leadership skills. Which brings us to our next ingredient, which is leadership. Leadership goes without saying. Most organizations know they need to understand and execute this skill. What they might not know is that leadership is critical to employee engagement. A leader is someone who knows what needs to be done to meet goals. That doesn't mean they know exactly what goes into getting all those things done task by task, or that they do it all themselves. It's just that they know who does it and they know how long it will take. Being a leader is a matter of confidence, but also the willingness to disagree with someone, even someone in authority, doing it respectfully, of course. They always follow through on instructions from their supervisor, but they're not afraid to express what they think. When your employees need more leadership, you will observe decision-making is a difficult process for them. You discuss the same issues multiple times before developing a solution, if you develop one at all. Your leaders try to motivate people by scaring or shaming them. For example, reminding them that they can be replaced, holding their failures over their heads, punishing them for taking time off, that sort of thing. The next ingredient is creativity. Engaging at work is a creative act. The employee with regular opportunities to create, combined with well-developed skills and the habits of imagination, feels a greater sense of purpose and meaning in their work. Creativity is also a skill that benefits the employer. A creative employee solves problems, develops new ways of serving clients, and clever ways of inspiring the team. When your employees need more creativity, you will observe. During meetings, you ask the question, anyone have any ideas? And all you get is silence, maybe the distant sound of crickets. Your employees are not inclined to volunteer for anything that requires imagination or undertaking new tasks. Your employees lack initiative. They rarely attempt to change anything or suggest new ideas. Your employees complain that they're not encouraged to be creative, or worse, they're not allowed to be creative. Finally, the last ingredient, celebration. We celebrate the things we value. That's why, to make employees feel valued, we've got to celebrate them, not their achievements. Celebration is more specific than fun, and as important as affirmation, but not quite the same as either ingredient. Ever since humans could light a fire, beat a drum, dance, we've been having parties. A celebration is an opportunity to rejoice in being together and what lies ahead. A celebration, no matter how small or short, is also a powerful message to employees. It tells them, we are an organization that values people, and people like to celebrate the good things in life. Enjoy the party. When you celebrate, your brain can't entertain feelings of hopelessness. It takes practice, but rejoicing every day in the little things makes you better at life and at work. Regular celebrations get people in the habit of celebrating good things all the time. Learn how to do it together. It's one of those ingredients of great engagement. I'm Michelle Rochon-Wood, and thanks for listening.